Welcome back to Creator Cooking Conversations, where I have one of my content creator friends and ask them about their journey. We cook a little dish together. Today we have Sarah, better known as Sezzy Brown on Instagram and TikTok. So Sarah, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, thank you for having me on. I'm very excited to be cooking with you today. I'm a full-time foodie content creator. I've been doing it full-time for like a year and a half now. I just love food and I love making content too. So yeah,
that's why we're here.
That's why we're here.
So tell us a little bit about what we're making today.
A couple of years ago when I used to be vegan, I discovered shredded tofu. It's essentially just shredding a block of tofu through a cheese grater. And it's great as like a meat substitute in like burgers, wraps, sandwiches, like rice bowls and everything like that. But today we're going to be using it in a burrito, so a shredded tofu burrito. It would have been 100% vegan if I could have found coconut Greek yogurt, but I could only find normal Greek yogurt. So it's very easy to make vegan if you just swap that for coconut yogurt.
And it's gluten-free.
We've got ample options because I was trying to find giant tortillas, but I couldn't. All right, I think first we should get our rice on.
Yeah.
You can just use a pre-cooked rice, which is what I normally do, but I thought we'd do the proper thing today and make our rice from scratch. Didn't grow the rice ourselves, obviously, but we give this a rinse and then just chuck it on the stove. We just need like half a cup, about.
You didn't measure it.
Oh,
no, it's fine. I'm just not used to not measuring rice.
Just sort of eyeball it.
Look at you go.
All right.
I'm impressed by that.
I normally just add the rice and then put like, apparently you're meant to put like, sort of like a half, I don't know. I just guessed, but give it a good rinse. I always like to rinse it until the water runs clear. Do you do that too?
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Right, so we've got our water and our rice in a pot. Just going to bring that to a boil and then turn the heat right down and let it all absorb and steam and do its thing.
You're stressing me out.
I'm sorry, I'm not chill. I'm very not chill. Let's start with the guac. I've got 2 baby avos here, which probably would normally just want to use one massive one. Oh my god. It burst open. Lucky it's getting mashed.
When did you first start posting content and what platform did you post on first?
Must have been 7 years ago when I first went vegan, because I went vegan and wanted to like show everyone how amazing vegan food could be, and I felt really annoying posting it all the time on my personal account. Made my own Instagram account called Colourful Food. It was spelled colour and then full, like FOOL. All the vegan food I was making was so colourful, like all the salads and everything. And you know, I'm a bit silly, so full. But it only like sort of took off like 2 years ago.
So we've put the avo in the bowl.
Let's get our onion, definitely lime. Do you have chili flakes?
Could you imagine me not having chili
I know,
flakes?
I know that you like your chili.
So you said about 2 years ago is when it started kind of taking off for you. Does that mean you got a viral video 2 years ago?
So it was when TikTok came out and then like Instagram started competing with TikTok and brought in Reels. It was sort of a time where it was easy to sort of go viral, because I feel like for those first 5 years when I was posting photos and stuff, like no one could grow on Instagram. Do you remember those days?
Yes.
I just started making like short form videos, had a really nice camera. I was like making all these like sort of 40 to 60-second videos, and then I looking at all the videos on my feed, all the ones that were going viral. Like, these all look like they're shot on an iPhone and they all go for like 15 seconds. I totally changed up my style and started filming them on my phone and making them just like really quick and speedy. And literally as soon as I changed that, they started like popping off a bit. And then I had like 1 or 2 recipes go like full viral, got like 20 million views each in like the space of like a month or something. And I grew from like 10,000 to 100,000 followers in like 30 days. So
that is crazy.
it was pretty wild. Best to like pre-mash your avro a tiny bit.
Oh, okay.
I love lime.
I have a juicer.
Do you have a juicer?
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
That's amazing. These things are awesome. I got one for like $5 from Kmart. Get that one in there. Ooh. Cornish sea salt. Nice generous sprinkle of that. I feel like we don't need all of that. See how we go.
I love onion.
Whatever your heart desires with the chili flakes, but you know, good teaspoon. Yeah. Looking colourful and vibrant. Time for our big mash.
So I already think I know the answer to this, but did you always know you wanted to make content?
I sort of did. I just like really struggled like in the workplace, like working under other people, working in very structured environments. I always felt like it was sucking the life out of me, to be honest. I wish I could choose what I wanted to do today and how I wanted to spend my day. And I sort of like caught on that you could make good money sometimes, like very inconsistently, but you can make all right money from doing content creation. It was always like kind of like my plan B. It was like my plan A, but my plan B at the same time. Like I always just like did it as a hobby. It was like, if this takes off, it'll be amazing.
So what was your job before content?
Yeah, I worked in retail for like 6 years on and off while studying on and off. I tried Bachelor of Health Science, Bachelor of Public Health and Health Promotion, and a Bachelor of Nutrition. I lasted like a year in all of those and like just kept changing. I was working for a soy milk brand for like a year, and then COVID hit, and when COVID hit, me and my partner ended up moving to the country. I ended up just getting a job managing a Linden House store, just like while we like figured out what was going to happen with COVID and everything. And then with that, I was like cooking before work, cooking after work, and that was when it took off. Next, let's chop up our corn, give it a little grill in the pan to get it nice and charcoaled and flavoursome. It's going to be part of our fresh salsa. I always like to break my corn in half.
Muscles!
And then I just chop it up like this.
Did you grow up cooking at home?
A little bit. I used to be obsessed with making macaroons, which is kind of like a hard thing to make. But when I was in high school, I was like fixated on that. My mum like made a lot of like nice home cooked meals. I feel like they had a good appreciation for food. Not in the way that they would like take us to nice restaurants or anything, but like my mum would get excited about like, oh, tomatoes are in season. Like I just got a great batch of like appreciation for like how to pick out good quality food. My dad was sort of the same.
Sorry, I've given you this world's smallest bowl.
Chuck in the butter, about a tablespoon. I feel like there's no such thing as too much butter. Chuck that straight in. A little sprinkle of salt too. We need to leave it for a while to get like really, really toasty and charcoaly. Have a smell of butter.
Apart from macarons, what was your go-to dish to cook at home if you had to?
I used to always try and make carbonara. Very non-traditional, like get a big packet of cream, and I loved making carbonara, and also just like lots of egg and bacon like toasties and stuff. When I first discovered avocado toast, when I was like in high school, that was like one thing I made on repeat for like probably 2 years.
When you say bacon and eggs, are you meaning pre-being vegan?
I turned vegan when I was 21.
Okay.
I moved out of home. It was basically when I moved out of home was when I went vegan.
You recently switched from being vegan for how many years?
6 years.
You started introducing animal products, meat, back into your diet. Why did you originally decide to go vegan?
First of all, I just felt really bad for the animals. Also was like having a lot of issues with like going to the toilet. Didn't have much fiber, obviously. It was mainly like I kept thinking about the animals and how sorry I felt for them. I know it sounds like super contradicting going back to not being vegan. Those were like sort of the main reasons. It's done. It's got like a nice like brown sort of charcoaly look to it, and it's like popping a little bit. Let's get all our other fresh ingredients. We'll be half to a quarter of that. Half of this gorgeous tomato. Baby cukes, my favorite.
Love baby cukes.
Yeah. More lime because Mexican. Coriander. If you don't like coriander, we don't care. Nah. You could use like parsley if you wanted to, or just leave it out. All right, well, we're just gonna really finely chop everything. I feel like the key to a good salsa, really finely chopped. It's like better texture and overall vibe.
I'm really interested if your partner Jacob ate vegan at home with you.
Well, when we first met, he was vegan. We went on our first date at Vegelicious, which is closed down now, but Vegelicious in St Kilda. The first like year or two, like I cooked pretty much everything for us at home. I even like did like all of his meal prep for him because I loved cooking and like loved making that type of content. Time went on, I was like, you can cook for yourself. Coriander in. Now we're gonna really finely dice a baby cuke.
Big question. I know you've talked about it a lot on your socials, but why did you decide to reintroduce meat and animal products?
Honestly, like so much that I could say. Basically, for like the last couple of years, I like slowly, and I didn't even like realize until I really reflected on it, but I realized that like I had not had a full day of energy, a full day of like nice energy and feeling like fully alive for like 12 to 24 months. At the same time, like I was freaking out because like obviously it went against like all my morals, like everything I believed in. Like I built this huge audience off of being vegan. So like to stop being vegan was like the last thing I wanted. It's like I had this like almost like primal instinct where I couldn't get the image of like a steak out of my mind. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I was going crazy because I was like, no, I don't believe in this. Like I don't want this. But it would just keep like reappearing in my brain, and my mouth would salivate as I would think about it. So I thought I'd just like start introducing eggs to see how I went with that. And like as soon as I had them, I was freaking out before I tried them. And the same with like everything I've introduced, I would like freak out before I tried it. And then as soon as I would like put it in my mouth, I would just think, oh my God, this feels so right. And it did take a few months to sort of like start to feel better. I also did work alongside a doctor and a naturopath, who both were like totally fine with me being vegan. They weren't like telling me like you need meat and all this stuff. It was more like myself. I just felt like intuitively I needed more. It doesn't even like scratch the surface of like all the reasons. And it was like full-blown identity crisis for one. I was like so paranoid too. I'm like, I really don't want to make this change, but I think I have to. But like everyone's gonna like hate me for it, and it was scary. All right, so let's scoop out the seeds because I feel like that will mess with the texture a bit.
Did you get many hate comments before you came out as not being vegan? And then how did that change once you came out as not being vegan?
Look, what I've learned is that no matter who you are or what your interests are or what diet you follow or lifestyle, someone's gonna disagree with it. When I was vegan, hundreds of comments like, eat a steak. And then obviously when I stopped being vegan, like I built a community around being vegan. So, I mean, I understand why people were upset by that. I've just realized that no matter who you are and what you do, you always will get lots and lots of opinions.
How do you manage them?
I honestly feel like I don't manage them. A lot of them do get to me, but then most of the time I do sort of like just laugh it off. It depends what kind of mood I'm in. Like if I'm in like a fragile mood, I'll get angry. And if I'm not, then I'm just like, ugh, who cares? Tuck the lime in too. Give it a little roll to get the juices flowing. Got to season along the way, you know. Give it a good stir. Look at those beautiful colors. I don't know if this is already like a well-known sauce, but one day I decided to mix yogurt with chipotle and adobo sauce, and it tasted so good. And you can kind of like do this to taste because this can get quite spicy. Yeah, so just a couple of tablespoons of that. All right, about a teaspoon. Start off with half a teaspoon and work your way up.
Oh, that definitely helped.
Next, we're gonna get our hard tofu or extra firm tofu. This brand called Evergreen is the best. It's definitely like the firmest tofu I've ever found, which makes it perfect for shredding it. I just use the biggest hole here, grate it like a block of cheese.
What's your favorite thing about content?
I think it's literally just getting creative. I equally enjoy like editing and using like sort of very basic graphic design skills, and equally enjoy that as much as I do cooking. Literally just like probably just creating yummy dishes and sharing them with the world, and watching other people make them and enjoy them is like a pretty good feeling.
When people make your recipes, it just feels really cool.
I know, like you trusted me enough to like buy the ingredients to make it yourself. I don't know, I feel like it's cool. All right, I think we need probably about 200 grams of tofu for this. Because you shred it, it creates like a lot of volume. That's done. Now that the tofu is shredded, we're gonna fry it, some olive oil and our spices. So let's just go in with our olive oil. Sorry, there's a bit of water in the pan. Let's chuck in the tofu. Probably just chuck the spices in too. Onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, paprika, cayenne pepper, cumin. Oh, and we also need a big pinch of salt. So once it's all sort of tossed, just like sort of let it sit and get crispy.
What do you hate the most about making content?
There's nothing that I hate. I feel like it would just be getting annoying, rude comments, which I know is part of the job too. But honestly, aside from that, like everything is really good.
What is a behind the scenes secret you can share about making content?
I feel like the main thing when it comes to making good content is just natural lighting. When there's good lighting, everything looks crisp and fresh.
Who has been your favourite person or brand to collab with?
I do love working with my good friend Liz from Glow Diaries. We sort of like started this creator journey at the same time, so we really bounce off each other and we work with each other a lot because we hang out together a lot. Cocoa Coast, my favourite coconut water brand, he sent me like a bunch of coconut water the other day, and it's my favourite coconut water ever, and I've got like I think like 40 cans in my garage right now. It's just made my life complete.
How do you manage when people don't give you credit for recipes? Like I know that's really frustrating.
Oh, there are some cases where it's so obvious. It's almost like a replica of my video. Very rarely, but once every now and then I'll notice it. Most of the time I just don't say anything. Like as annoying as it is, we really don't actually technically own any recipe. I always try and give credit because I feel like it's embarrassing if I have used someone as inspo. And I also think it's nice. I don't think it takes anything away from the creator when they have gotten inspo. Most of the time I let it go unless it's like really irks me. I might say something, but it's just awkward. I'm like, oh.
That's actually how we met. Not from not crediting each other.
Yeah.
But
from crediting each other.
We made friends from crediting each other.
Yeah.
This is looking very good.
This is great. So let's go in with our oil. Yeah, that's good.
And then we just wrap her in the paper towel. No, what's that? A tea towel. And then just repeat.
We've toasted all of our tortillas and then we've just kept them wrapped in a tea towel to let them get nice and steamy and floppy.
And we also have all of our other ingredients that we prepared earlier, and I'm so excited.
I know, I'm so hungry. Because these are so small, normally you probably have one big jumbo one. Let's go 2 next to each other and then one like that. It looks like a table, what's it called? Like a...
Oh, a Venn diagram?
A Venn diagram, yeah. Let's start off our rice.
Oh my
What
gosh.
about our rice?
I only made this like 3 hours ago.
Yeah.
Rice for you, my lady.
All right. Scoop your rice on. Let me do yours.
Yes, please.
How much rice do you want?
Yeah, maybe a little bit less.
Oh, I did put a lot on.
Yeah.
Let's go in with our beans. These are our black beans that we've just well canned and we rinsed them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tofu.
That looks so good.
Don't you reckon that looks good? Like when you scoop it up like that.
That looks so good.
Do the guac.
Guacky guac.
The guacky guac.
Quack quack. I'm gonna hold it because I want it to be a joint effort.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So helpful. I feel like you need to like sort of spread it out a bit because otherwise when you like eat a burrito and you just get like one bite of
Just one thing.
you know? Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
I'm so excited to eat this.
Oh,
That's
I'm
good.
really excited for this. Corn and tomato and capsicum and coriander in a burrito is just heads.
Thank you.
I really am loading these up.
I'm a bit scared to wrap mine.
The liquid from like the salt extracting all the water is like kind of nice flavour.
Yum. And our sauce.
Nice creamy sauce.
Oh.
Do you like wrap, I feel like you wrap up the sides and then,
You do it with this or no?
I don't know, do you?
I don't know.
Fold it up and then roll and then, holy shit, this is not, oh my god. Okay. I really messed mine up.
I don't know if I did well or not. I'm not sure. Mine looks a lot better. I'm just saying.
Yes, it does, yeah. Mine like started falling everywhere. I just like quickly shut the foil and hope for the best. Oh, yours looks good.
That's not bad. Look, it's not terrible.
It's not the worst. I'm proud of that one.
That's good. I have a couple of extra questions that we got from my Instagram. How do you come up with so many viral concepts?
I get so much inspo from my like newsfeed. I see what works well for other people and then I try and like recreate it in my own way. I also just jump on a lot of trends. Like that's a great way to make viral content. And like my mentor just told me to make all of like that really hearty, like all the pastas, bagels, like, all the bread. You're like, I don't really look at a salad and go, oh my god, I've got to send this salad to my friend. When I see like amazing cookies or something, I'm like, oh my god, I need to send that to my friend so we make those together.
What are some of your favorite things about living in Melbourne?
Honestly, I just love like all the amazing markets that we have. We're building in the country and I love the country and I love nature, but nothing beats just being able to like go to the South Melbourne market or Paran market and have access to just everything, like all different cuisines, like those little spices that you can't find in like a rural market. Like just the access to delicious food is what I love.
What are your favourite coffee spots?
Juniper in South Melbourne. I know I like just talk about South Melbourne all the time. Really beautiful cafe, really beautiful vibe, great coffee. You know what's random? But the fruiterer's wife in Port Melbourne do an amazing decaf coffee. Because I like go off and on drinking caffeine and the fruiterer's wife, it's like a new grocery store in Port Melbourne. They do a really good decaf, like cappuccino.
Interesting. We're gonna go enjoy these burritos. I have left Sezzy's details in the caption below, so you can go follow her if you'd like. And yeah, we're gonna go eat these. So bye.
Thanks for watching and thank you for having me on. It's been so much fun.